Tina Laster, and you're back at Laster Farm. Today we're going to talk about compost. We're going to talk about making and building your own soil from scratch. This is our pile that we have just finished up on. This has hay, this has donkey and horse manure in it, and that's basically the only two ingredients is in this. When the hay composts down and when it starts to rot away, we scoop it up in a big pile, like over here. Yesterday I got on the tractor and I scooped up all of the hay that was around the outside. The donkeys had flushed down and laid down in and pooped in. I moved it over to this pile, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start turning this, and it'll start to break it down and heat up, and it has turned out to be a great soil. We have been making this soil for about 3 years now, and I use it in all of my garden beds, and I don't really add any fertilizer because you get all the fertilizer that you need from the waste from the donkey and the horse. So if you have hay, this is what you need to be making. Your own soil for your garden plot, because this will grow tomatoes like crazy. Last year we had so many tomatoes that we had to give them away. So this is a great start of our composting pile, because right now we do have, like I said, we've got this dirt over here in this pile that is already ready to go to put in our garden beds, and this should be ready to go in our beds before we start our garden season this year. We can put these, I'm going to let it sit here until probably about April, or even if I don't let it sit here this long, we can go ahead and put this in the bottom of our raised beds and put that on top, and it should be fine, because I've used it like that before and it's not so heated up that it will burn your plants. But you do have to watch and make sure that your horse manure and your hay, that you have less horse manure in it than you do hay, because your horse manure can burn your plants. And so what I like to do is I like to turn this for several months and then move it out, bring it over here with this pile. Like I said, I just moved this yesterday. It was inside the pen, but we're going to move our chicken coop, so I needed to move that pile out of the way so we can get the chicken coop moved out of there, out of the pen. So this will fill several of these 4x8 beds. Yesterday came out, it was such a beautiful day, and we filled 3 of our beds. This one over here, I've decided to leave this bed and not move it, so I'll probably put my herbs in here. I moved one of the plants earlier, some basil, and I've got some more over here that I need to move. But we filled this one up yesterday and that one, and it didn't make a dent in our pile of mulch, our soil. So I'm ready to get these filled up, and my husband should be finishing up on the credenza that he's building down in the barn, and when he gets that finished this week, and I know it's supposed to rain, come in tonight and last for a few days, but if we can start next week inside his shop building our other raised beds, that will be great. And then we can add either this soil, or we can put that in the bottom and add. How I like to build up my bed and make our bed is add cardboard to the bottom of our beds, and then some type of wood which we have a small wood pile over there that I can grab wood and put in the bottom. I like to put one layer to kind of hold down the cardboard, not necessarily fill it halfway and just overload it with wood, because it takes several years for that to compost down. But last year, as you can tell by looking at this bed, they were raised full, but over the winter and over the summer of last year, they've settled down, and that's the wood breaking down inside the beds. But I will start out with the cardboard, then I will add the wood, and then I would add either something like that, straw with the manure in it, or just go ahead and add the regular soil that we've made up. I prefer adding the soil that we've already made up, and that way I don't have to worry about it, the heat, you know, going through that heat cycle and heating up. It's already composted down. But I am just excited about getting started on these beds and getting them planted up. But I do like to let this set on them and let it rain on it, and if it does have a lot of horse manure in it, that rain will help, you know, break it down more and let it go down toward the bottom of our beds. And that way, when everything is growing in here, it will just be a good overall mixture throughout the bed. And I'm not sure how many beds we're building yet. I would like to think that I'm going to at least have 10 beds out here. I would love to have 20. Who wouldn't like to have more garden beds? But I prefer the garden beds over growing them in the soil. It just seems like for me, here on this property, they have been, with us making our own soil for the last 3 years, it has really paid off. It has really made our garden grow. Especially last year. I know we didn't have a lot of beds made up because, like I said, we were tearing down those beds and rebuilding these. But this year, I am looking forward to making our own soil, putting it in our beds, planting our plants, and reaping from the harvest. And I know that our family will benefit from it. And I just can't wait to get this garden started. But I know it's February here in West Tennessee, so we have to wait just a little bit longer. And I hear that we're going to have another storm, a snowstorm, come through, so let's hope not. Let's hope it's just rain and it doesn't get down real low. But for everything to come out and grow really pretty for the year, we need a hard winter, so we'll have a great summer, because everything needs to die off really good, and so that, you know, new things can grow. Well, I guess that's all we have today, but I thank you so much for hanging out with me here at Laster Farm, and look forward to coming back this week with you again. And hopefully we won't get a lot of rain. I know we need a little bit, but God bless you until next time. And I want to thank you for the ones that have already subscribed to my channel and are helping me grow my channel. And like I said, God bless you until next time.